Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about two people we never expected to talk about on this channel. We're going to talk about Olivia Munn and a YouTuber named Ms. Rachel. And apparently there's a dust up because Olivia Munn said she doesn't let her kids watch Ms. Rachel. Ms. Rachel's very pro-Gaza, and now Olivia Munn's getting death threats or something.
Like, I guess her kids are getting death threats.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And it'll jump from I don't let my kids watch shows like Miss Rachel to I hate Gaza. It's just the insanity that would be your takeaway.
This is where we're at. Can you believe this?
I can't even. No, I can't believe it because I've seen these people and they're just absolute batshit. It is insane. The batshittery is off the charts.
So we're going to talk about this, try to make sense of it. Like, I just, things you never thought you would see, right? So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Now, look, disclaimer, you're familiar with Ms. Rachel. I am not familiar with Ms. Rachel.
I know of her. I don't ever watched her or anything. I know who she is basically because the kids told me. But I've seen her mentioned before, and I don't know who she is, but the kids know who she is.
So apparently she's a kids YouTuber, personality, host, whatever. So we'll try to do a little digging here into this. So this is coming from Glamour, and then we'll go out to the death threats where it escalates. So the internet-driven feud between Olivia Munn and Ms. Rachel this week seems to prove we've completely lost the plot, and women in the public eye are under an unsustainable level of scrutiny. Well, it doesn't help that Olivia Munn is getting
It has nothing to do with them being women. It has everything to do with a bunch of batshit nut bars thinking that, just because you say something, it automatically, and one person is pro-Gaza, it automatically means you hate people in Gaza. I mean, it's insane. Blippi used to crap on his friend, but here we are.
Blippi, yeah, Blippi. I think they've replaced that Blippi. They traded Blippi in for a newer model. Because I don't see the original Blippi much anymore. All right, so let's make one thing clear. Olivia Munn and Ms. Rachel have never been in a fight. Munn never actually said anything critical about Ms. Rachel. Specifically, what she did do was make a pretty innocuous and relatable comment about programming for kids. So she has two young children with her husband, John Mulaney. They sat down for an interview with People magazine, which apparently they pulled that article, by the way, because it caused problems. And she made a comment about how she couldn't stand kids' TV. As an example, she cited Ms. Rachel, a popular children's entertainer on YouTube who also has a Netflix show. I know kids love Ms. Rachel, but the thing is, if I can't watch it, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life going crazy. These kids shows drive me crazy. That has nothing to do with her political views.
No, she's just saying that as an adult, I find them grating or whatever,
Yeah. Look, if I have to sit through one more episode of Caillou.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I hated Caillou. Sorry.
The Wiggles.
I guess I'm against bald people.
Well, I'm convinced that Caillou's mom and dad ripped his hair out because he was annoying as hell. So
I don't want my kids to watch Caillou just because they learn how to whine like little bitches.
Oh my God. So yeah.
What the hell was up with Teletubbies? I mean, don't even get me started. They look like appendages walking around. They're just weird. Baby Son. That is like, I mean, I don't get it. And I didn't let my kids watch it because why?
So, I still remember Squid King when YouTube was young, and so was he. He was on the internet and we were looking for Teletubbies videos, and he found one, and here the baby son was replaced with George Bush, I think. And he was like shooting lasers out of his eyes, and he was like blowing up bunnies. And he's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, this is another reason why I wasn't, you were doing that behind my back, because I would be like, hell no Teletubbies.
Hell no Teletubbies. All right.
That doesn't mean I'm against Gaza or Israel or anyone because of Teletubbies.
She also said she couldn't stand Blue's Clues, saying the only show she doesn't mind is Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood because it helped her son, who is 3, prepare for the arrival of his new baby sister. Okay, well, that's cool.
Okay, well, Pinky Boo liked Daniel Tiger, too.
Yeah, Daniel Tiger's pretty cool. Pittsburgh represent. There you go. Almost immediately, Munn's innocuous and relatable feelings were twisted into something ugly. People magazine titled their original article, Olivia Munn doesn't let her kids watch Ms. Rachel, here's why. Oh, people. Which some took as a sign that Munn was specifically saying she hates Ms. Rachel, not making a more generalized statement, and the backlash was swift. The problem isn't their comments were taken out of context, that women in the public eye are walking a tightrope and da-da-da-da-da.
Bullshit. No. Their comments are taken out of context. bullshit. It's about what doesn't help that you lead it with like a headline that's going to cause people to think that there's an issue there that isn't there.
Yeah.
But this is why are they trying to blame it on women because they're under screen? This might as well have been it's Glamour. It might as well have been a People magazine thing too. This has nothing to do with women under scrutiny. This has everything to do with a bunch of batshit morons who look for any reason to be pissed at somebody and immediately try to politicize everything. That is what this is about. It has nothing to do that she has tits. Dad could have said it too, and it still would have been a problem.
Oh, it would have been more of a problem. It would have been more of a problem if he said it. So yeah, it started out with like people were like, "How dare you not like Ms. Rachel?" I mean, this is like an episode of Seinfeld, right? I mean, this is seriously like an episode of Seinfeld, and this is Ms. Rachel, right? She told people to stop. Ms. Rachel told people to stop. Please be kind to Olivia and her family. I don't believe in hate, attacks, or hurtful comments. Okay, that's actually cool. But then went a step further. Ms. Rachel is a vocal supporter of the children of Gaza, a choice she ironically has also faced her own barrage of criticism and threats about. Apparently, some people on the internet decided what Munn was actually doing was making a thinly veiled critique of Ms. Rachel's activism.
Had nothing to do with it.
And thus herself did not support the cut. Oh my God.
Would you look at that and say, oh, that's because she doesn't care about the children of Gaza? No. No one's going to look at that and think that she hates Miss Rachel because of God. No. Where the fuck do you even get that? Like, okay, today, for example, I saw a thing talk about the Hands Across America. You remember Hands Across America for the raising money and all that? And they were talking about how it happened back in, 84, whatever it was, and years ago. And people were talking about how they were there or, how it was cool and stuff like that. I remember the song. And immediately someone said, well, if they're doing Hands America now, they wouldn't have that taco Trump and and I was like, and then people jumped down their throat. They said, listen, the whole point was this is not political. It wasn't political. People from everyday walks of life came to raise money to help stop hunger. It was nothing about politics. It didn't matter which side you're on. And you kind of just missed the entire plot of what we were trying to say by politicizing it. And that's basically what these people are like. Everything is it has to be tied to politics. I keep seeing it over and over again, totally unrelated, nothing related to politics. They have to make it political. There's nothing about what she said. It had anything to do with effing politics. But here we go.
Yeah, and this is Glamour. Glamour said this seems like a rather large and ridiculous leap. That's because it is. Munn became the target of a campaign of hate on social media, with people flooding her comments to call her a supporter of child killing and threatening her and her kids. And we'll go out to some of those actual threats. Somebody said that she should have died of breast cancer. They said breast cancer. I didn't know she had breast cancer. Breast cancer should have killed you, demon, commented one person in a video she posted. God,
I would say I'm surprised, but we've gotten similar things over cartoons. Over cartoons.
But it's not just that. Usually what happens, what I believe is going on is there are probably a bunch of like bots going on here, and they're probably trying to be like, oh, we're gonna make an example of her, and it's people that probably have no dog in the fight at all. They're just like, pro Gaza.
I heard from so and so that's what it says. She believes this, and so I'm gonna come and harass her too, even though you didn't even know what was going on. You didn't even check.
And the thing is it's hard to tell what somebody's intentions actually are, because we've had a lot of people that, we've had like false flagging campaigns where people are like, oh, I believe this thing or that thing. And really it's to be a caricature of the other side. So you're like, oh, well, they're the bad guys. I guess I should speak out again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you never know. Like I remember early on, we had a bunch of people that were like cartoonishly evil caricatures of like a MAGA supporter or something like that, and they were like just every like buzzword, whatever, like, hello there, fellow MAGA hat wearing Republican, we're here to make Clownfish's comment section look like shit, so they turn against all the Republicans. It was the dumbest damn thing.
And it was we weren't even Republicans, so it was funny.
We're not even Republicans. Still not Republicans, but whatever. No. Nobody looks into it. They don't care. They're just like, you're not one of us. Therefore, you must be one of them.
Like people like in the cartoon sphere, like the guy who did Billy and Mandy, who posted about our one video and said that we had some valid points. They harassed him until he took it down. Because you can't listen to them, and that's what they do. Like I heard from a friend of a friend of a friend that you are really politically challenged, and you're too far right, so we have to cancel you, even though you didn't do anything wrong. You said nothing of the sort, but because these idiots who go around looking to be triggered by anything got mad over something stupid, and now her children are getting threats too.
Yeah,
our kids got threats, so over cartoons.
So, I mean, it's good that Ms. Rachel came out and said that they need to stop attacking the family. They should stream together and be like, look, guys, we're friends. Shut up.
They shouldn't have to, though. Just because
they shouldn't have to.
Are in their head canon is that they hate each other and they're against each other. And that's not what they said.
Why is it always like cartoon and cartoon adjacent and children's programming adjacent people that are like the worst?
Yeah, why are these adults getting mad about something she said about her children? Do they have children, or are they just making assumptions? If they are making assumptions, why were they watching Miss Rachel?
So
yeah, on their level, I don't
know, because a lot of people that are probably attacking Olivia Munn probably don't have kids themselves, and
most likely not.
They're just looking for a reason to dogpile somebody, because what they try to do, they're trying to bully you into submission and be like, okay, but it doesn't matter if you kneel, it doesn't make it go away. It makes it less severe, but then they'll bring it up again 5 years later.
Severe. It's just like, we got you down, so now we
got you down, so now we're gonna keep. But you'll never get off your knees. You kneel once, you'll never get off your knees, and then they'll bring it up like 5 years down the road in some stupid article, like so and so who once didn't use the proper pronouns by accident on the and only apologized after had a talking to by people on the internet. It's so stupid. It's just all so stupid. Yeah, so people actually took the unusual step of taking the article down completely, saying there was no excuse for the abhorrent attacks on Munn. But when you put the headline up like that, when you put a headline up that's like, she doesn't watch Ms. Rachel, here's why. It's like, again, the issue is not the issue. I don't think these people are actually pissed off about Ms. Rachel. It's about politics.
It has nothing to do with them being women either.
Yeah. Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. They're like, oh, it's misogyny and blah, 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 blah. It's like, no. This has happened with guys too. This has happened with, it's idiotic. And the media fuels it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're blaming it on them being women. But it's not about them being women. It's about these people that are politically pickled to the place that usually driven by places like Glamour and, Teen Vogue and places like that are like really, really, really far left. And then they're causing the political pickling. And instead of taking responsibility for it, instead of people taking responsibility for it, we shouldn't have named it that way. It's because they're women. It's like, no, no. You're not going to blame misogyny now for a bunch of asshats who probably are a lot of women too. Because some wackadoo decided that meant that she hates kids of Gaza and wants them dead, which never what she said. No, I don't even know how you get to that point. You didn't go point A to point B. You went point A to like point Z -10. I don't understand it. And then it's because they're women. It's because some batshit politically pickled nut job is out there trying to cause trouble.
I was thinking, since you're talking about pickles, I was just thinking Teen Vogue, because you mentioned Teen Vogue. I'm like, this is the same Teen Vogue that teaches kids how to have anal sex, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird.
I'm saying, places like these outlets, weird. They are definitely in the business, and People Magazine too, of trying to put stuff in a headline to trigger, and then they're going to turn around and act like, oh my God, we have nothing to do with it. It's because all the men. Bullshit.
Now it's weird. They're all like coming to her rescue, but when Gina Carano got attacked, they're like, she's practically a Nazi. She's a goose-stepping, boot-wearing Nazi.
Munn doesn't lean to the right. If she leaned right, they would have completely let her get thrown under the bus.
I think what's going on now though is like we've run out of easy targets on the right, so now they're trying to move the goalpost to be like, okay, well, anybody that supports Israel over Gaza, yeah, you're the bad guys now. You're the new. Anybody that supports. Let's just think about this for a minute. Anybody that supports Israel, you're the Nazis.
Basically, that's what they say. That's what they say.
What world are we
here's
living
the thing.
in?
I mean, Gaza and Israel aside, it's just like, I don't understand why. Except for the fact that she's talking about children, I don't see why a children's TV host needs to be an outspoken, supporter of anything like that.
Probably,
but she's talking about kids getting killed, so I kind of understand where she's coming from on that end. But. And that's why she's against that, and I get that. But I mean, it's because she's outspoken. Does that why they automatically assume that Munn was saying that was Blue's Clues? They pro-Gaza too. I mean, she said about Blue's Clues too. She doesn't watch Blue's Clues.
Yeah,
she doesn't watch several shows. Why weren't those
annoying? She said it was annoying.
Ignored?
And she's
You know?
she's correct. I mean, being parents ourselves, yeah, like I said, if I have to watch Caillou one more time, I'm gonna freaking scream like, oh my god! And there was
Barney gets old.
Barney gets old real quick, especially when it's the same Barney DVD and they play the same one again and again and again and again and again. Like if I have to watch that Barney Halloween episode one more time.
God,
Yeah.
the Wiggles. I saw
Wiggles.
so much Wiggles. I didn't mind the Wiggles so much. I didn't mind the Wiggles. I didn't mind Yo Gabba Gabba either. But we saw lots
Yo
of that
Gabba
too.
Gabba, I would watch that on my own as an
And
adult.
now
The music
they're
was
going
good.
to Coachella and performing and getting like the crowd jump up and down because these are the kids that listened to them when they were little.
Oh my god! All right, so
Anyway.
there we go, guys. Helping spoonful of internet insanity. I can't believe we're having this conversation. This would be like if Mr. Rogers was still alive and he was like, they're trying to get him to throw down with some other like internet celebrity or some other celebrity or something like. It's just insane. It's just crazy. We're gonna wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.